Ryan Gosling, one of my favorite actors. He's been in the press for two things now. One of them being because of his movie Project Hail Mary, which is dominating the box office. People are talking about how good it is. And not only that, it's ranking in a lot of money. If you have not seen Project Hail Mary, I suggest you go see it. It's really good. It's a really good, interesting story. That's the first thing. The second thing that he's been in the news for is because he made a comment that has got people feeling some type of way. People feeling one way about it, and then you have some people that's feeling another way about it. But what was the comment that he made? Let's go into it. Let's talk about it. The comment that he made was, it's not moviegoers' job to keep theaters open. It's our job to make things that are worth viewers coming out. Let me say that again. It's not moviegoers' job to keep theaters open. It's our job to make things that are worth viewers coming out. And let me just say this. I have no problem with what he said. I agree with what he said 1,000%. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to break this down into two parts. And if y'all agree or disagree with me, let me know, because I always enjoy a good conversation and a good debate. The first part of it, when he says it's not moviegoers' job to keep the theaters open. The reason why I agree with that statement is because let's just break down a few parts. For the last couple of years, they've been talking about how movie theaters have been losing money, due to the pandemic, due to the recession, and, movie theaters are struggling to keep their doors open. They're trying to figure out ways to bring people back. We seen with AMC, they had the $30 for a year popcorn deal, but then also we see how their stock has fallen like a brick, and they're struggling to keep their theaters open. So just theaters all around are just struggling to keep the theaters open and trying to get people to come there. Well, it's not our job to keep the theaters open. And the reason why it's not our job to keep the theaters open, and the reason why theaters are failing, is because what he said in the second part. It's their job to make movies that's worth us coming out to the theaters. So part of the reason why people aren't going to the movies, it ain't got nothing to do with the recession. It doesn't have anything to do with COVID, even though those played a part. But let's just be honest, y'all. A lot of movies that have been coming out lately has been shit. And the only thing that they're doing now is that all these studios now, they're just going to reboot or the remake route. Let's take something that already has a fan base that people love, and let's modernize it. Let's put it back out there for this new audience, because people love this and people love that, so people are going to come see it, right? That's what they're thinking. That has not worked, and they've lost more money on reboots and remakes than they have on something that's original. Because when you try to boot and do these remakes of these old films and these old shows, number one, you have to pay to get the permission to do that. And they're going to tax you for it. We seen what happened with Blumhouse when they got the rights to do The Exorcist. They had to pay, I think it was over $300 million just to get the rights to do it. And so far, it has not worked out. That first Exorcist movie was garbage. And now they ran and got Scarlett Johansson to try to help them out with this one. Then we see what they do with the horror movies. How many Halloween movies you gonna make? How many Scream movies you gonna make? How many Texas Chainsaw movies you gonna make? How many Fast and Furious you gonna make? The movies that are coming out are not good. Nobody's going to pay their money to go see crap. So when you have a movie like Project Hail Mary and Sinners that comes out and dominates the box office, because why? It's not a reboot, it's not a remake, it's something original, it's something that people hadn't seen before to say, oh, this looks interesting. Let me go check it out. As to, oh, the new Blumhouse or the new such and such reboot of the Texas Chainsaw or Fast and Furious 13. Like, really? I'm not paying no money to go see it. I'll just wait for it to come on streaming. And that's another thing when people, they're saying like, oh, well, people are staying home watching movies on streaming. Let's just keep it a buck too. Streaming has not been doing well at all either. We've seen how a lot of these streaming companies have been getting bought out. A lot of these studios have been getting bought out, and some of these platforms are merging together with other platforms to get to make money. Because a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows that's on streaming are not good either. But this all goes back to when Hollywood had the strike. They had the writer strike. They didn't want to pay the writers. But like I always say, no matter what type of project that you're doing, you can have the right actors. But if you don't have the right writers and the right storyline to connect, it's not going to go anywhere. And we've seen that done so many times. So now what the question is, what are they going to do? What are the studios going to do to get people back? What are they going to do to get people that want to go and check out movies? Well, they already know what they have to do. It's just a matter of they're going to do it or not. Because some of them are in these studios that's trying to live by this old system that they've been doing for like 30, 40 years now, that they did back in the 70s and the 80s and the 50s, and it's not going anywhere. And all they're doing is hurting their pockets. And it's hurting us as the fans. So if you want our money, then give us what we want. Give us good films. Give us good original storylines. Give us something that we want to see. And also, too, please stop with this whole woke culture crap, too. Because I'm sick of all this old woke culture stuff. Everything now is a woke culture film. And you sitting there like, I don't care about woke culture. I don't care about none of that shit. What I care about is seeing a good movie. Paying my money, and I want to see something that's good. I don't want to see no woke culture. I don't want to see another reboot or remake. So he was on point with what he said. And the ones that's upset about it is the ones that's doing the stuff that he's talking about. See, when somebody make a statement or something, most of the time, people get upset about it because they know it's the truth. And not only that it's the truth, but it's talking about them. You don't have to necessarily point the finger and say, you doing this, you doing that. But just by you making a statement, it hits home. But the question is, are they going to take heed to what he's saying? Because they damn sure not taking heed to what we're saying as the fans. And that's why we stopped going. That's why people are not spending their money out there anymore. But they need to do something. Because at the rate that they're going, it's not looking good. Now, they do have some light ahead of the rainbow with Dune 3 and Avengers and a couple, and then the Michael Jackson movie coming out. We know those are going to be big box office draws. But is it going to be enough to bring people in after those movies are gone? Because those are headline movies that people are going to go see. That's the question. Stay tuned.